I rise to speak against the Financial Management Amendment Gender Responsive Budgeting Bill 2024 because I believe that equality of the sexes should be addressed on the basis of sex and not gender. I disagree with this bill because frankly I think it's pathetic, and I'm not going to pretend that it is anything other than a degrading and absurd spectacle of disingenuous exploitation of women. It is not about equality of the sexes, it is about identity politics, and not just gender. Aboriginality, age, disability, ethnicity, race, religion, sexual orientation and other attributes. Biological sex isn't even stated properly. This government loves to wax lyrical about women's rights and women's pain and women's perspective, but they have obliterated women's own defining sex-based category in the law. Anybody can say they are any gender, multiple genders or no gender at all. So none of the data that you are going to collect and have been collecting to inform these ridiculous gender impact statements means anything at all anyway. And whilst you're all congratulating yourselves on your brochures and your campaigns and your themes and your plans and redistributing taxes on the basis of identity politics rather than objective need, what is actually going on for women and girls? Well, as I have said many times before in this chamber, we have lost our right to speak and be heard and to disagree with gender ID laws without being accused of hate speech. We've lost our right to single-sex change rooms. Our feelings and our privacy don't actually matter. Women and girls and our feelings and our dignity and our privacy don't actually matter. This is a farce. We've lost the right to single-sex sports. We've lost the right to single-sex prisons, and need I remind this House that we still have a twice-convicted male rapist in a women's prison in my area. We have lost the right to single-sex rape and domestic violence services, and I'm sure you all heard in the news about the male who tricked rape victims in the UK pretending to be a female rape crisis counsellor. That is disgusting, and that is what we are allowing here as well. Lesbians have lost the right to associate exclusively with lesbians because now men can say that they are gay women and demand entry. Women as mothers, we've lost the right to protect our children from harmful gender ideology in schools and to protect them from the totally discredited gender affirmation treatments still endorsed and funded by this government, even though we're in huge amounts of debt. The truth is that this bill totally undermines principles of sound financial management, and it does so by overlaying them with Labor's own political ideology of redistribution of wealth based on divisive identity politics. Real principles of sound financial management include managing financial risks prudently, ensuring stability and predictability in the level of the tax burden, maintaining the integrity of the tax system, regarding the financial effects on future generations, providing disclosure of financial information relating to the activities of the government and its agencies, like we debated yesterday in my notice of motion. And this government has been publishing a gender impact statement every year since 2017, and there's no real reason to legislate it anyway. I did also note an interesting few little sections in this. One of them was, and I agree, that it's true that women experience pain from heavy periods, cramping, premenstrual syndrome, perimenopause, menopause and endometriosis. But these conditions, they are as a result of our sex. They're not a result of discrimination and oppression by society against women. In the section Securing the Future of Housing, the document states that women can be particularly vulnerable to homelessness. In the past decade, women over 55 have been the fastest growing cohort experiencing homelessness. I've seen that in my area. That is just atrocious. And they're made all the more vulnerable because of their sex and their lack of access to privacy and dignity, as I said before. And the rates of homelessness for women aged 40 to 49 years has increased at double the rate. But data from the last census, published by the ABS in 2021, showed that males make up 58% of Victoria's homeless population. I just find all of this virtue signalling and all of these words that are used when the real meaning of them has been eradicated in law and nothing practical is happening, I find it offensive. It's an insult to my intelligence and an insult to me as a woman. When this government finally discovers what the real definition of a woman is, which is an adult human female, then I might take them seriously on a bill of this kind.